We do export a lot of electronics from here, and specifically we have seen the client side could get impacted, but all those reacting positively. Let's also welcome in Raghvendra Kedia, founder of Prosperity Advisors, joining us on the fundamentals. We also have Akshay Bhagwat, Senior VP of JM Financial, joining in as well. Gentlemen, good afternoon to both of you. Akshay, let me come to you first. Just on the market, we've seen the positive momentum up almost 500 points. Do the charts suggest that we could be holding on to this by the end of the session?
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, if you were to look at it from an intraday perspective, I doubt it is going about 22950 because since it's a truncated week, the coming week, Monday is an off. There is going to be fear in the system because currently the situation is that we are dealing in gaps, a gap down or a gap up, whatever the case may be. So this is going to keep the situation volatile. But if you look at the India VIX, there is where the positive is because VIX has dropped by over 11%. So that's a positive clue for me that the fear is getting gradually out of the system. And if you were to look from the weekly perspective, somewhere the price reading gives me comfort that 22,500 is the short-term base setting up. And the way the price setup is, markets may attempt to get around 23,300 to 23,400 zone in the coming week. So trade with a positive outlook, but if it's an intraday, then I do not expect much of an upside from where we currently trade.
And we've seen Akshay, 22,950 as a key level. Thanks for that, as well as 22,500 is something that Akshay is looking at. But Akshay, let me come to you because we've seen fundamental factors supporting the chemical names. My colleague Varsha just spoke about Deepak Nitrite, and we've seen PI Industries also in focus. If we can pull that stock up, it's all up almost 6 to 7%. Coming 45% revenues from the US, and now that the tariff is higher on China, that could also impact the the fundamental performance positively for PI. But Akshay, on the charts, do any of these suggest any kind of new entry point as of now, or is it in the oversold territory?
Yeah. So firstly on, Deepak Nitrite, if you were to look at the short-term setup in this stock, February and March months, we have seen recovery at the levels of 1800. So that's a very strong support in place. And recently we had this support being tested, and today it's a very positive opening and a strong intraday session for this stock. In all likelihood, the way the prior trend suggests, this will again make a move to levels of 2060. So if you are trading, you have a buy position, then 2060 is where you can target Deepak Nitrite. On a long-term position, it's still a hold. And as far as PI industry goes, this is more of a momentum counter where the 3,500 resistance has been breached in opening trade, and you have a strong round of uptick in momentum, which can see the stock sailing for levels of 3,700. So it's more of a BTST kind of a trade. From a longer term perspective, PI Industries also continues to be a hold. So both PI Industries and Deepak Nitrite, both are momentum counters. Buy and hold is the recommendation.
Well, buy and hold recommendation from Akshay. But another share, very quickly, 30-second answer if possible. Anything on your radar apart from the stocks which have got corrected? Avanti Feeds, LT Foods, it's seen a lot of correction. Anything on the charts to watch out for?
I think Avanti Feeds has already moved up a bit, but if you were to look at LT Foods, I think there is where the scope for a trade lies as going strictly by the technical price parameters. 347 is where it trades, 320 is a strong support, and in all likelihood, there is a good chance looking at the price setup that this should head for levels of 400 from a short-term trading perspective.
Well, Akshay as well as Raghvendra, thanks so much for joining us and giving us a whole host of stock views across themes that we discussed today. And we look forward to our next conversation. But with that, viewers, it's all the time we have on Profit Buzzers. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more.